Welcome to the RCC podcast by Richard's Commerce Classes. Let's discuss the topic of entrepreneurship development. Entrepreneurship is a full-time job which requires dedication and hard work. Entrepreneurs are innovators. They are owners, producers, market creators, decision takers and risk takers. Entrepreneurs are referred to as fourth factor of production, along with the other factors such as land, labor and capital. The word entrepreneur comes from the French verb entreprendre. It means to undertake. An entrepreneur is a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. This is the definition given by the Webster Dictionary. What are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? Point 1. Intellectual capabilities. An entrepreneur is a creative thinker. He has reasonably good intelligence that help him to take proper decisions. Point 2. Future vision. The entrepreneur has a good foresight about future market situation. Point 3. Hard work. An entrepreneur is ready to work hard. It is more necessary when a new venture is started. He has to work for long hours. Point 4. Technical knowledge. An entrepreneur has good technical knowledge about his business. The entrepreneur has the ability to update himself with the latest knowledge about the product, process and technology. Point 5. Communication skills. An entrepreneur needs to communicate with different people like customers, suppliers, creditors, employees, etc. He must be able to express his ideas and strategies effectively. Point 6. Highly optimistic. An entrepreneur has to always think positively. He is always hopeful and confident about the market situations even in failure times. Point 7. Risk-bearing capacity. Successful entrepreneur takes calculated risks. He is ready to face challenges and always seeks new and more opportunities. And, point 8, self-confidence. An entrepreneur has self-confidence. He has positive desires to achieve his goals. Such self-motivation keeps him strong and confident to face various obstacles. Next up are the qualities of a successful entrepreneur. Point 1, disciplined. These individuals are focused on making their businesses work, and eliminate any hindrances or distractions to their goals. Point 2, confidence. The entrepreneur does not ask questions about whether he can succeed or whether he is worthy of success. He is confident with the knowledge that he will make his businesses succeed. He shows that confidence in everything he does. Point 3. Open-minded. Entrepreneur realizes that every event and situation is a business opportunity. Ideas are constantly being generated about workflows and efficiency, people skills and potential new businesses. Point 4. Self-starter. Entrepreneur knows that if something needs to be done, he should start it himself. He sets the parameters and makes sure that projects follow that path. He is proactive, not waiting for someone to give him permission. Point 5. Competitive. Many companies are formed because an entrepreneur knows that he can do a job better than others. He needs to win the game of business. Point 6. Creativity. One aspect of creativity is being able to make connections between seemingly unrelated events or situations. He will repurpose products to market them to new industries. Point 7. Determination. Entrepreneur does not fear defeats. He looks at defeat as an opportunity for success. He is determined to make all of their endeavors succeed, so will try again until it does. Point 8. Strong communication skills. The entrepreneur has strong communication skills to sell the product and to motivate employees. Most successful entrepreneur knows how to motivate his employees so the business grows overall. Point 9. Strong work ethic. The successful entrepreneur will often be the first person to arrive at the office and the last one to leave. He will come on his days off to make sure that an outcome meets his expectations. His mind is constantly on his work, whether he is in or out of the workplace. And, point 10, passion. Passion is the most important trait of the successful entrepreneur. He genuinely loves his work. He is willing to put in those extra hours to make the business succeed because there is a joy his business gives which goes beyond the money. The successful entrepreneur will always be reading and researching ways to make the business better. Moving on to functions of an entrepreneur. Point 1, innovation. An entrepreneur is basically an innovator. He introduces new combinations of means of production. Innovation is also necessary to solve problems that arise in the business. Point 2. Determination of objectives. An entrepreneur has to determine the aims and objectives of the business. He can change these objectives as per the market situations. Point 3. Development of market. The entrepreneur has to find out different ways for marketing the products and services of his enterprise. He can conduct surveys or research to understand the customer's demand. Point 4. New technology. In the global world, every day there is an invention of new technology. Introduction of new technology will always result in growth of business. Point 5. Good relations. It is necessary to maintain healthy working atmosphere in an organization. It depends upon the efficient relations between subordinates and superiors. Coordination among the employees is the key to success. Point 6. Organizing funds. Entrepreneur needs to find out different financial resources because adequate and continuous finance is always necessary for business. Good and honest relations with the investors is necessary for every business. And, point 7. Taking decisions. An entrepreneur has to take wise decisions for his enterprise. Timely and correct decisions are also important and necessary for a proper business plan. He should always consider the pros and cons before taking any business decision. Let's move on to the next part of the topic, that is, entrepreneurship development. Entrepreneurship is a purposeful activity of an individual or a group of associated individuals, undertaken to initiate, maintain and increase profit by production and distribution of economic goods and services. What are the characteristics of entrepreneurship? Point 1. Innovation. Entrepreneurship is an innovation. The introduction of new combination of various factors of productions is innovation. Point 2. Economic activity. An entrepreneur produces a new product for the customers as per their needs. He feels the need of this to satisfy human wants and as well in exchange earn a better livelihood. Hence entrepreneurship is an economic activity. Point 3. Organization building. It is an activity where various factors of production have to be organized under one roof for new production. Point 4. Creative activity. Innovation should have a strong support of creativity. Introducing creativity in producing something new is a big challenge for the entrepreneur. Thus creativity is an essential part of entrepreneurship. Point 5. Managerial skill and leadership. A person who wants to be a successful entrepreneur should have more passion of doing something new than just earning profit. Point 6. Skillful management. The success of any entrepreneurship depends on the management of the organization. With professional management and skilled managers, entrepreneurship becomes a successful activity. Point 7. Risk-bearing. Uncertainty is defined as a risk which cannot be insured against and is incalculable. Entrepreneur is an agent who buys factors of production at certain prices, in order to combine them into a product, to sell them at uncertain prices in future. Thus they too are risk-bearing agents in production. And, point 8. Gap-filling function. The most significant feature of entrepreneurship is gap-filling. It is the entrepreneur's job to fill the gap or make up the deficiencies which always exist in the knowledge about the production function. Moving on to the process of entrepreneurship development. This involves 2 steps. 1. Training. And 2. Entrepreneurship development program. Let's talk about training. Training is a scheme of instructions which is planned, systematic, consistent, pervasive and monitored to measure its effectiveness. It is an integral input of managerial development. With the help of training there can be minimization of excessive scraps, defective outputs and wastages in the production process. Training helps in improving overall efficiency of an entrepreneur. The process of training helps an entrepreneur to accept new technology, team spirit, standardization, reduces fatigue and minimizes industrial accidents. Some methods of training are lecture method, demonstration method, individual instructions, group instructions, meetings, conferences and seminars. Next, what is an entrepreneurship development program? An entrepreneurship development program or EDP has been defined as a program designed to help a person in strengthening his entrepreneurial motive and in acquiring skills and capabilities necessary for playing his entrepreneurial role efficiently. EDP is a device through which people with entrepreneurial traits are identified, motivated to take up new industrial ventures, trained in managing the unit and guided in all aspects of starting an enterprise. The EDP includes following steps. 1. Arrangement of infrastructure. 2. Selection of potential entrepreneur. 3. Identification of enterprise. 4. Actual training program. 5. Selection of training personnel. 6. Selection of method of training. 7. Actual training. And 8. Monitoring and follow-up. What are the objectives of EDP? 1. To foster entrepreneurial growth in the country. 2. Optimum use of available resources. 3. Development of backward regions and improving economic status of socially disadvantaged groups. 4. Generation of employment opportunities. And 5. Widening base for small and medium-scale industries. Entrepreneurship is picking up in India. Following are a few initiatives in entrepreneurship development. 1. Startup India. 2. Stand Up India. And 3. Agro-tourism or rural tourism. Let's now discuss the last part of the topic, that is, entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur is an employee who has the authority and support of his company or employer to implement his own innovative and creative ideas. The main difference between an intrapreneur and an entrepreneur is that the entrepreneur takes financial risk while the intrapreneur does not have to invest any capital from his pocket. Definition of intrapreneur by Reach and Peters. Intrapreneurship is the entrepreneurship within an existing organization.